Kia ora, everybody. What's up? It is Robett. Welcome to Robett Live, episode 265. Stop. Give some claps. We're counting. Doing well. I've stuffed up this morning, team. I had the invite sent, but without the emails attached to it to know to join the show. So then I was like, wait a second, they haven't joined the show yet. It's because they hadn't actually invited the correct link. So my bad to my first guest, ladies and gentlemen, Holly Bennett.
Good morning.
Looking fresh and ready to go. So professional.
Of course. You know that I do things other than just talk to you on Robett Live every Friday.
No. So my apologies. I hate when I stuff up, and today I've stuffed up. So my apologies that my email did not send you the link early enough. How are we doing?
Doesn't matter. We're here now and we can rock and roll into it. I'm really, really good. Honestly, I have had a stellar week. Just in terms of watching what has happened in terms of the political landscape with the Prime Minister's cabinet and various other things. So I'm super stoked that we're going to be able to talk about it.
Where would you like to start?
I guess the biggest thing for me is the Prime Minister's cabinet announcement. And so what this means in practice, in layman's terms, is it's the people who are going to be spending taxpayers' dollars and setting policy for us all to live by for the next 3 years. And so the Prime Minister made that announcement on Tuesday? Anyway, yep. And some fantastic promotions and also a few demotions.
So let's talk about face tattoos.
Yeah. Mokokowai.
Yeah. She got smoked, by the way, and in some ways almost made me very proud to be a Kiwi, because watching the amount of energy that flipped in defense of culture was pretty awesome to see. And also it felt like a moment of, no. New Zealanders, no, that's not us. Stuff you. We empower the culture within it. And it was quite funny, the exact intent that she wanted to have, the exact opposite happened, which I think is really cool. Yeah. What were your thoughts when you saw it play out?
Oh, I just found it hilarious because there's so much ignorance that permeates around these things, especially that relates to Te Ao Māori. And that's why it's our job every time we see it to call it out. Like a lot of people have said, oh no, don't give them the platform, don't talk about it, don't mention them. And I'm like, hell to the no. I'm not going to let you get away with this stuff because there's so much more meaning to it than just what you have decided in your own little world, what it means. Now, that's not to say that there's not a flip side of the argument. For me, when I look at Mokokowai, I personally wouldn't get one myself because I don't think I have the mana with which to hold one. And also it's something that you get gifted from people to have. So it's representative much broader than just a facial tattoo. But that means that because I'm aware of that, I'm going to stand up for Wahine's right to have one and talk about what it means for us as Māori.
Yeah, I was angry. And then
Have I got a really bad internet connection, or do you?
I think you're in Gore. Where are you? It is yours. Are you there?
I'm in Gore. Oh my God. I'm at home.
It looks like you're sending it. No. It is your fault. 100% your fault.
Is it mine?
Definitely.
Should I leave and come back?
Sure, I can. I'll hold on for a minute. Jump in and out. It's fine.
Yeah,
Holly Bennett. No, I know. Jump in and out. Just reset it. It's totally fine. Yeah. There you go. She'll be back in a second. Holly Bennett. That was interesting. So, cabinet's up. Talking about books. And we've now got the American stuff, which is going on too. And we're going to have Cassie Roma join us in a couple of minutes as well to talk about that because it is still going. I've had a a bunch of tabs running. I'm constantly checking my phone, clicking reset on the CNN website. I'm constantly then I go to CNN and then Fox. I'm just like, okay, what's the narrative? What's actually happening? And it's been, I'm not gonna lie, been pretty interesting. Oh, actually, Cassie's here now. Oh, Cassie, I might bring you into the show if you want, and we can jump in the mix. All right, here we go. Cassie Roma. Ah, welcome in. Oh, your audio's out. No audio. Oh, hold up. No audio. Oh, bummer. Hold up. There you go. Holly's back in. No, I still can't hear you. Huh. Should be out. Okay. Audio. No. It's not. Try jump back in. I'll see. Okay. See if she can jump back in. Okay. Holly's back. There you go. That's better. That's not better. Holly, it's still really, really, really shit. What are you doing? Oh, we're losing it here, Holly. What's going on? Hopefully they can jump back in. Cassie's out and about going walkie somewhere. Holly's got the internet connection of 1912 with one of those extra purple CDs which you put in, and it does the dial-up modem of 28.8 kilobytes. It's like gag, gag, chicka, gag, gag, gag. That's what they got going on. And I'm here in the States and American world. If you're watching this right now, I'd be really interested to know. Comment. Who do you think is going to win this thing in America? Is it going to be Trump? Is it going to be Biden? Is it going to be good or bad? Place your votes now. Who will win and why? And then I can bring it up. Yes, I didn't get much sleep the other night. It was extremely gnarly because I was just thinking about what would be happening. Here we go. Holly's messaging. What's she saying? She's saying, absolute shithouse. I don't know what's happening. Yes, correct, Holly. It's shithouse. But Cassie Roma's back. Hopefully the audio works. Bringing you in, Cassie. 3, 2, 1. There you go. Audio's on.
How's this? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
all
perfect.
Right. That's what happens when you try to put new running headphones in and you haven't tested the mic on all the tech. So
does it have a microphone on it?
It does.
Some of them don't. Yeah. Some of these gnarly ones. Cassie, you're in about my apologies for the email invitation not getting thing. Oh, I see you win. Look at that. Where are you, Mission Bay? What are you doing?
No, I'm down at Birkenhead Point actually today.
Oh,
changing
nice.
it up a bit. Yeah.
Cool. Don't worry about New Zealand politics. Let's talk American politics. How are you feeling, Cassie? How are you feeling?
I have like the biggest emotional hangover of my life, and I've been divorced and like lost people. And this has been a ride. Is it emotional fatigue at this point? It is. It's almost to the point where I've just stopped watching. Like we got up this morning at 5:00 because we heard that at 6:00 we might hear some news out of some of those swing states we're waiting on. When we didn't hear, it was like, man, I love you, George Stephanopoulos, but we out. And yep. So it's just kind of like the watch and wait. And good gosh, it looks a little bit hopeful for Team Big Blue. Yeah. I've been, as I was saying before, I've been constantly refreshing CNN and Fox, but in the last 24 hours, it feels like nothing's actually happened, and everyone's just kind of like in this pause mode of they're waiting for Nevada, they're waiting for it. I'm just going to bring up Pennsylvania. Yep. That's right. Bring up. We know Alaska's going to go. We know Alaska's going to go Trump, which is fine. But if we can get Arizona and Nevada, and it's a fascinating thing to watch, isn't it? There we go. Yeah. Biden 270. Yeah. So we're still on the 253. Yeah. Tangaroa says Trump, thoughts on everyone around the world judging Americans because of Trump being president. I mean, it's definitely a thing. It's been 4 years of it. I can tell you when I got to New Zealand 20 years ago, the amount of people who would stop and want to have long conversations has definitely diminished in the last 4 years here in New Zealand. I'm also hugely surprised by how many Kiwis I see who say that they are Trump supporters without ever having the context of living in the United States. It's fascinating how much American politics and American culture and life really do have an impact on the rest of the world. Yep. And it's close too. Like we're talking about,
Yeah, 253. So I think he just needs Arizona and he gets it, right? Because I think Arizona's got 11.
11, correct. So he needs Arizona.
Jeez, that's close.
He'll need one more. He'll need a Nevada or something else. I know
Nevada
Georgia
was 6, right? Yeah.
If he gets those two, he's sweet as, and we have a new president.
But Nevada would have to flip, right? Because isn't that full pro-Trump?
In the last election, I believe it was, yeah. But I mean, look at the numbers. It boggles my mind that so many millions of people voted for Trump. But right now, if you look, even, you said you're watching CNN and Fox. I'm watching ABC, CNN, Fox. There's no major Republican folks coming out and supporting Trump and almost the treasonous statements he's been making about not counting valid votes. So I'm wondering how this tide will turn. And, Joe Biden's worked for so long with folks in the House and the Senate and the Congress, all of that. So I don't know. It might be an okay turn of events.
Did you see the other night? And he gets up and basically said it was a fraud and stopped counting the votes because he didn't like what was happening. You're like, I don't think you can do that just because you don't like what they're saying. And even there was like a full-on Republican lawyer that jumped in and said, yeah, I don't think you can do that.
There've been a lot of Republican leaders actually who've come out and said, we do not believe in that kind of a statement because, political ideology might be different. We actually believe in democracy. And what he says is the antithesis of democracy.
Yeah, hey. Tangaroa says, I sat next to 2 at Peter Pit and they were Trump supporters loud and proud. And I was like, please don't talk to my son.
I like you.
Do you not know Tangaroa? He is the man. Hey, Tangaroa, I'm just going to post the link up here and click that link and join the show. Join the show.
Peter Pit feels like a place where we should have unity and peace. That's one of my happy places. So that wouldn't have gone well,
Yeah, Tangaroa, click the link, jump in the show, and I hope that you're in the. I FaceTimed him yesterday, and he was in the cow shed at 5:30 in the morning down south, and he just like I had my 2 daughters, and he's like showing the daughters the cows, like, oh, here's some cows, mean. He's on fire. He's such a good dude. But yeah, it's isn't it funny how someone represents an entire nation, which affects people around the world because they're from that place? We get it the other way right now because I can say New Zealand and it's like, oh, just in Ardern. Oh, that's amazing. Cool. I'll fly the concert. It's amazing. Imagine if Ardern was potentially as polarizing as Trump and you go somewhere, it's like, oh, you're from New Zealand? Oh, yeah. Oh, Jacinta. Oh, you're her. It's like, it goes both ways.
I mean, it's been like that for a while, actually. I can remember going to Turkey maybe 6 or 7 years ago. And as we walked around Istanbul and all of the markets, I stopped saying, and this is going to hurt my heart to say this, I stopped saying I was an American and I would say I was a Kiwi.
Ooh.
Because the reaction.
They didn't know the accent, differed.
Right? Yeah, they didn't. No. Yeah, mate. I just said mate a lot. Kiwi, mate. But the reaction was starkly different. So my ex-husband, obviously being a Kiwi, that was really easy to navigate another country by me saying I was a Kiwi and not an American at the time. And I hope, I feel like regardless of outcome, we started the work, we're having the conversations, and we're a bit more woke as we move forward around a lot of stuff.
Speak of the devil.
Is he there?
Cassie, you're about to meet one of the craziest humans that's such a good bastard. It is Tangaroa Walker. Fun for life, fun for life, fun for life.
Oh, kia ora.
Kia ora, what's up?
Are you driving a tractor? What are you doing?
I'm thinking right now. I'm just.
This is the most Kiwi show ever. Like, it's me. You're at flipping in the beach, and then we've got Tangaroa down south. This is great.
Yeah, look at the grass. It's beautiful, isn't it? We got a digger over there. I'm just about to go mow a paddock.
It's so good.
What's poppin'?
How are you running a farm right now? Literally having the time to text and say all the stuff as you're doing it. Like, do you have like a holder there? Like, just talk me through the logistics. Are you actually working? What are you doing? Are you just management now? Is that the whole thing? You sit in the tractor. You just management. Let the peasants do all that shit. What are you doing?
I'm pretty sure I'm part female. I can do quite a few things at once. This is look at this, bro. This is my phone holder right here. I literally slide my phone in there, and then you guys just sit right like that.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Anyway, don't ask me anything about politics because I'm the worst.
So talk to me about what do you...
Last time I was in Missouri and with my family, but we were harvesting the wheat. We were harvesting grain. And one of those big giant harvesters, and that's what my uncle used to do. Put his phone up like that, kind of turn on some Kenny Chesney. Off they went. Yeah. There we go.
You were actually farming in the show. This is so good. Hey, so Tangaroa, you're down south. You're in the deep south of New Zealand. You're a family man. You're a farm man. What's the energy of the community when they're thinking about American politics right now?
Oh, look, I try and stay right out of it, but my partner Courtney, she's pretty hard out. She's like, she's a big hater of Trump, and obviously I support her and everything that she believes in. Our values align, but just from racism's a hot topic around the world at the moment, and I just don't think he's adding any value in changing that. So that's why I just don't value him or like him at all.
Yeah, my opinion. I think his politics, Trump, a lot of the talk that we have around like rights, right? Human rights. You can get a leader to do things politically, but if your ideology is against humanity, I don't know, maybe it's time to go.
Well, what I thought has been interesting is when they've there's been a few people from the hip hop and sort of rap community come out and supported Trump just in the last couple of weeks. And the reason that 50 Cent stuff was doing it was like, oh yeah, I don't care these racist listeners. He's like, oh, but if I pay less tax, that's pretty good. And it's ironic in certain situations where if they're from the hood for the people, it's about the people. But then when it comes to the reason why they'll do something, it's like, oh no, but then I'm going to make more money because the tax bracket's lower. It's like, well, what's the key driver here? Is that it's actually about like, do you not care about anything else except for the fact that it's like, oh, you don't need to pay more tax. It's like, okay, that seems fair. Okay, it's almost exposing a few bad parts of people's priorities, maybe.
I think it's the bad part of all the priorities. Money, right? What else can we do beyond money? What else? And that's a big one.
Yeah, I get it.
Tangaroa, take it with you when you go.
Are you reversing a tractor now? What are you doing?
No, we've just turned the bugger on and we're about to take off, bro. If I'm really loud, just cut me off. It's all good. I won't judge you.
So what's going on the farm today down south? What's the big things? What's the big things rolling down south today?
So I'm really trying to get everything done in my day so I can go diving. It's a beautiful day on farm, and I just want to get in the water, man. It's about probably about 26 degrees at the moment. It's 10 to 10 in the morning, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but way down there, I've got a mob of about 400 cows about to come to this paddock. It's beautiful, lush spring grass at the moment, so we don't want to be losing quality because grass grows, obviously, and if it grows too long, it just loses quality and it ends up being really shit. It's like eating wheat bix opposed to steak and eggs. And so the cows just end up eating wheat bix. If we don't mow it, loses quality, and obviously milk production drops down, and we're just not really running a very profitable business. So that's why I'm about to go mow some grass.
Fair enough, man. All right, brother. Well, I'll leave you to it. Appreciate you tuning in, man. I'm stoked to hear that everything is going good in your world. And one day you two need to meet in person because you're both great humans. The banter would be amazing, as I'm sure, Cassie, you can already tell.
I'm trying to get in that tractor.
Yeah. Later, bro.
You can jump.
Such a good dude. He is an absolute legend. Tangaroa Walker. He runs a thing called Farm for Life, helping. He basically is he's one of just the most crack up humans that started a kind of a Facebook page around kind of education on the farm, being a young farmer coming into it, and now it's just blowing up. He's got like 100,000 followers and shit, just like because as you can tell, he's just loose, mate. He's epic.
Absolute sweetheart. Yeah.
Yeah, absolute good dude. So how do you think this thing's going to play out? You reckon it's going to be a goer? You reckon we'll probably find out next 24 hours? And you think?
Yeah, the numbers are supposed to all be in by Saturday here. So Friday there in the States. And then the actual legal recourse or discourse that's happening now about the recourse that could potentially happen is it gives Trump the next 2 weeks, so heading into like late November, early December, Thanksgiving time, to lay down all of his 10,000 lawsuits that he'll probably be laying down. Hopefully he's got some advisors helping him do a better job of maybe just conceding if he loses. We don't know. You know, there might be some weird stuff that happens. I think regardless, we're all just ready to know and then start moving from now.
I think, yeah, everyone's in pause mode trying to figure it out. There was someone telling me in California, people were looking to try and sell and exit out of a bunch of property quick because they were saying if they get it, it's going to change the tax and yada, yada, yada for money. So that will be interesting too. What a weird world we're living in, isn't it, Cassie? Like 2020, what a flippin' gong show.
You know,
like
how about the quality of the memes, though? That even in the last 24 hours, the memes coming out of the internet are just, I don't know if you saw Trump's spiritual advisor. There's a clip that came out where she was just going to town. She was speaking in tongues. She was going off. And then somebody remixed it with Britney Spears. And I just couldn't. I just laughed so hard. Trixie Mattel was going off on some Trump supporters. Just really just
the internet goes undefeated. It goes undefeated. The internet goes, and so
right?
you need to send me some of them. I haven't I still don't have Instagram or anything on my phone, so I haven't seen them. But I'm imagining they're good, or TikTok or anything. I bet there's some good ones.
I will send you some links. There were a few yesterday where, I still being the cynic, I will look at things and go, oh yes, I do appreciate that. But yesterday, there were a few where I fell on the floor laughing because I was just like, humans are inherently just clever, and regardless of the politics, people are just having a bit of fun right now.
Yeah. And outside of politics world, anything else bubbling in the New Zealand media landscape that's been interesting? Yeah. Anything that you're seeing that you're stoked on?
Yeah. We had a little bit of an industry webinar yesterday. So it was Tina Moore. She and I worked together at NZME. She headed up social media. I headed up content. It was Duncan Shan of Young and Shand and a woman called Very Craft. Yeah, really good humans. And we sat and we talked for an hour, not about the documentary, The Social Dilemma, about the actual dilemma that's facing society right now around social media, but then tying it back to our obligations as professionals. So business professionals, advertising professionals, creative professionals, whatever your profession is, what's our obligation now? Not only to put into the world from a business perspective, but what are we doing to help humanity as we move forward? We had an hour-long conversation, and out of the back of that, everybody kind of made one promise about what they would do differently. And most of it went alongside the lines of working with brands and people who were purposeful and who truly believed good. You know, was it you that said that the brands who shout about their purpose on their website, like you could look at the ratio of shouting to actually doing, and kind of it's almost a negative causation.
I didn't say that, but I could see that. Or those who preach the most of care and love and purpose and this and that usually mostly aren't. It's scripted. What was the energy of the room? Was everyone in a like offense or defense? Where was everyone at?
Strangely, well, maybe not strangely enough. Even considering all of the different experience and backgrounds of all of us, everybody was very much on the offense and super optimistic about the ability to harness good shit and put good stuff and good work out into the world to allow businesses to grow and thrive and humans to grow and thrive and do all of those things while still being very cognizant of the fact that we are just inundating people with information and grabbing data willy-nilly. So, you know, how we approach data differently, how we approach the way we invest in social media platforms, especially if those social media platforms are still acting a little bit like the Wild West. Good conversation. I saw
a post that Duncan had put up, and one on the wall was talking about some important things, and one of them was saying, take care of yourself. It's actually a thing. So was part of the tone too of obviously looking after brands with purpose, but the other part is, hey, it's actually smart for business to start prioritizing yourself. Was there a bit of a mental health angle going on wellness and well-being stuff as well? What was the vibe there?
Definitely. I think probably half of the conversation was about humanity at the center, and not just saying customer centric and throwing all that bullshit slang around, but going, what does it actually mean to be human? How do we take care of ourselves so that we can take care of other people? And that goes back to everything we're seeing culturally, right? The Trump era, the Jacinda Ardern era. So you've got these wildly swinging different ends of the pendulum, but right in the middle's us. It's humans. It's what are we after? How do we connect? So it was a cool conversation, and it was neat to see, somebody like Duncan, who I love working with and really respect him. And then Tina and Verity and I also having some really good banter. So it was cool. I'll definitely send you that link if you have it.
Yeah, no, please, that'd be rad. Well, appreciate the time, Cassie. We have next week's show we should have some answers. So I'll be excited to see how it plays out. Enjoy the walking around, have fun, be good. And I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you. See you, bro.
Thanks, Cassie. See ya. Bye. Cassie Roma, another great human. Good little show today. Short, sharp, snappy. Holly's got shitty internet. Holly, amateur. And Cassie, joined by a special guest, Tangaroa Walker. Good dude. If you're on Facebook, check him out, Farm for Life, 4 with the number 4, and see what he's up to. Epic banter. Good luck. Be safe. Do good. Be good. I'll see you soon, team. Peace.